while Chris is getting set up, wanted to mention that just draw everyone's attention to the after party, which is at Exchange Lounge. There's directions on the back of your handout, and I think they have food there as well, right? Okay, so okay. So room opens at 10. You can go over before the bar's open, and they have the kitchen's open until 11. So I think a bunch of people will be going over there afterwards. And going to bring up our final presenter, Chris Schlachter, who is working for MTV.
Former large animal.
Former large animal. And he is going to be showing off Reno 9/11 paintball.
It's not up yet. These are what the game does, and it's important to know that it's only 10 to 15 minutes of gameplay. So the game is really simple. You can go to the next one. Oh, great. Okay, you can see that. Yeah.
There you go.
So the requirements I already went through, and the only thing I didn't mention was that it had to be keyboard-only control. So there's an auto-aiming system. I also went through why we rejected the other technologies. Now, there's another technology I didn't mention called Groove and Otoy. At the time, we didn't know Otoy, what its capabilities were. It might have actually been a candidate for this, but at the time, we didn't know that. So what we did was a custom Shockwave plugin, which we did, you already know about the C++ and DirectX. The reason we chose DirectX is OpenGL drivers were apparently not very well supported on all the platforms we wanted to target. We chose something that was actually pretty good, was Newton Dynamics Physics SDK. It handled a lot for us. It was free. We used X-Files for data. We used Half-Life 2 as an animation system. Initially, we didn't do that. We tried using X-Files, and we didn't. We had some problems. Right now, I might have changed it to Collada, but I don't have enough experience to say it would work that well. And we did a custom Maya ML script to turn Maya into a level editor. So why did we do this? Why didn't we just use Shockwave 3D or some of the other stuff? Well, with our own plugin, we could access the best APIs. We could also iterate this engine and make it better each time we did a game. And that was important because we're growing the division. The online game division is kind of new. And they licensed a whole bunch of multiplayer technology and actually brought over the person who developed it. So another reason we did this was so we could eventually make it multiplayer. Now there are challenges. Obviously, extending your screens, one of the challenges I didn't list on here. But I had to learn DirectX, I learned OpenGL, I had to learn Maya ML script, and I had to learn the Shockwave XDK, and that really sucked. In fact, developing at the C++ level for Director, I don't recommend it to anyone unless you're a masochist. There's very little documentation. People can do it, and there are people who are better at me than, obviously, who probably didn't have as nearly a bad time with it as I did. But, it was, satisfying to see something run in a browser, which you didn't get to see. What I will do is I can fire up, I have the source code and everything. I can try that later. And I had to implement everything myself. So if we needed a feature, it's not like we could have just said, oh, just use that feature of the engine we're using. We had to write it, and that meant I had to write it. So what went right? The plugin code, the stuff that abstracted the Shockwave plugin and allowed you to display anything in a window came in very handy. Because while I was doing this project, we did an Intellivision emulator. We took a source code for an Intellivision emulator and just threw it in a browser. And VH1 has part of the VH1 site is you can play old Intellivision games by just loading ROMs. So it saved us a lot of money. It helped us also polish some of the install stuff, but it was good to have that knowledge base so we could use it for other things. The download size, it was a requirement to make it small, and we actually got smaller than I thought. We got the whole engine down to 400K. That's compressed though. It's about, I don't remember what it is before its compression.